Okay, so a quick one. Good morning all. Yesterday we did a lot of analysis on a few pairs, CAD and NZD especially. And we analyzed CAD to sell and NZD to buy, and that actually worked out for us. NZD CAD is still buying. I think this is my entry here. My entry is around here. I actually traded it on TradingView. So my entry is here, and stop loss is here. I think our take profit is still far off. So the best thing to do is to modify your stop loss instead of just exiting the market. I can come and move my stop loss. I joined around 0.8392. You can modify your trades to 0.824 or close for allow for retracement. But I think I would rather move my stop loss above my entry here. All right. It's like yes, I'll modify. That is like 24 pips secured, which is awesome. Okay, another trade we picked based on the NZD strength for the interest rate was AUD NZD. Yes, we picked the sell side. Okay, and I think we're also in massive profit. So my take profit is still down. If I want to still remain on the trade, and I'm choosing to remain on this trade because it's still, how will I explain it? I'm choosing to remain on this trade because it's a positive swap. Okay, it's a positive swap, and I can allow the trade to run. So what do? I can move my stop loss down again. The same thing I did with NZD CAD. I'll move my stop loss down. So you break even. You just learn to break even. It's very, very important. One of the rules about money management is never allow a trade in profits go in a loss. So I move my stop loss now to 1.0899. Right, and that is like 37 pips secured. So I'll simply modify. All right, and we said if CAD was going to lose trend, another good trade to take is CAD JPY. And CAD JPY is also in profit. What do? I simply modify my stop loss. No matter how small, even though it's to the entry point. All right, the market is ranging currently, but I believe it's still going to sell more because I have some CAD news coming up. So that is 14 pips secured, and I'll modify. Okay, so it's really important you learn to secure your profit. My take profit is still down. Go to 84. You see my take profit is for the JPY pair. Okay, so now before we continue, let's go for what we have on the board today. There's not much fundamentals today though, because of the major news we have today is the FOMC meeting around 8 o'clock Nigerian time. That is the major thing that we have today. But the NZD news is out as forecasted. They increased their interest rate, so I believe most of us have closed profits. China said it has closed its profits, but sometimes they allow the trade to run until the next news. You learn to allow the trade to run. The market might just keep dropping. Fine, there will be retracement, so possibly you can look for entry after retracement happens. Okay, then we have I believe we are seeing my charts. Then we have the CPI news out for the euro already. Interest rate went up, but the CPI came down, which is a little edgy. So euro might be ranging. So we still want to look for more direction for the inflation rates coming up by 9 o'clock. All right. Although they're forecasting an increase. So we have two options. Euro might actually gain strength or lose strength. Now know what to do. Right. So we have two options for the euro today. there's always a policy divergence. If euro loses strength in the next interest rate, the best pair still remains euro JPY sell, which is already dropping. And if euro was to gain strength, we'll buy euro USD. That's for the forthcoming news we're looking at. Then so wait for that news by 9 o'clock. But still around 10 o'clock again, there's going to be business climate forecast. If it goes up, euro will gain some strength. All right. So if that happens, another CPI news by 10 o'clock. So I think for me, for my final entry, for my final decision on the trade for today, I'll wait for 10 o'clock before I make my decision. If euro gains strength, I'll buy euro USD. If it loses strength, I'll sell euro JPY. So I'll be very observant by 10 o'clock. I'll make sure I update us on the group. And the next high impact news is on the, okay, there's no high impact news again. What we have, for me, the most next important news is on the CAD, which is the new housing price index. All right, they are forecasting a drop. So if that drop happens, the CAD JPY we have secured the profit will continue to what? Simply sell. You see, I've secured my profit, and you just simply what? Leave your take profit open. All right, you leave your take profit open, and you allow the trade to run. So be watching out for that news in the afternoon. I'm still holding my CAD JPY sell. I'm holding my CAD JPY sell, and if it comes out negative, I'll continue to hold the CAD JPY sell. All right. Another major news that will be coming up again is the FOMC minutes. That is by 8 o'clock Nigerian time. So we're going to be reading that minutes. It will now give us if they're going to increase interest rates or not. All right, if they're going to increase interest rates or not, that minute is going to be very important. So on the USD pairs, I don't see much volatility today because of the minutes coming out. Everybody wants to wait for the minutes if the Fed is going to sound hawkish or bearish. But from my own outlook, I think whether they sound hawkish or bearish, I still want to say I'll sell the dollar. Looking at the dollar index, okay, it came. I remember I said once I use quarter theory a lot, and we have 104.5. The market is supposed to drop from there. It has, and there's a little retracement, and the market's around the key level again, 104. So at least I want to see it drop to 102.5. All right. I want to say drop 130. Another thing for me, technically or even fundamentally, is if the dollar is going to gain strength during their interest rate hike coming up, at least it should do some retracement before the buy will happen during the news. Okay, so that is my outlook for today, and so my bias is still, especially Euro USD. If the euro comes out positive now, I'll buy euro USD expecting dollar weakness. And if it comes out negative, I think euro JPY is already selling on H1. And there's no big deal. I can just join my sell, and my stop loss will just be above here. The key level is 114. My stop loss will be 114.2, and I can ride all the way down. All right, but I'll wait for the news by 10 o'clock before I join. So at this junction, I'll continue our discussion, and I'll stop the recording. Okay. And please